Good evening, students. The topic we are going to see in software engineering methodology is called from the Unit 1 topic, Software Development Life Cycle. So it is, acronymically, we can say it is called SDLC. So what is Software Development Life Cycle? So software life cycle, SDLC, it is we can say it is a process for designing, developing, and the maintenance of the good quality of the software. It is ensures the quality of this software by doing many types of testing. So SDLC is nothing but here to design, develop, and testing the good quality software. This life cycle process or methodology, we can say, has many stages. Nearly 7 stages are there to for guiding and developing the good quality software. We are going to see each phases of the software SDLC phases one by one. So it has starts with the problem statement or problem definition. That will be the first stage or phase, we can say, followed by planning the software development, defining the requirements, designing, which includes both logical and physical design, building the code for implementation. We can see implementation of the project, followed by testing, testing of the quality of the software, followed by maintenance, deployment and maintenance. So after deployment, there will be another phase available called maintenance. So the quality is main objective, or we can say goal of the SDLC process is to deliver a high quality software to the customer that meets the customer requirements. So there will be a careful plan has been carried out in each stage, and there we can do the changes appropriately for reducing the errors and to deliver a quality product. And there will be some constraints available. There are two major factors. One is called we can say low cost, and as well as within a stipulated time. These are all the uh, constraints available for delivering the software quality software. Next, we will see why it is used. Okay, so there will be a mainly it will follow the guidelines. It is a process or methodology for helping, developing, creating, maintenance, and enhancing the quality of the specific software for the customer requirements. That is the main objective. So what are the stages we are going to see? So these are all the detailed phases. We can say there are, you can from the screen you can see there are 7 stages. There are actually mentioned 6. If you are splitting the deployment and the maintenance separately, we will have several stages, 7 stages. So in stage 1, as usual, from the problem statement followed by the requirements of the planning, careful planning is done through requirement analysis and defining the goals, objectives, and resources requirement for carrying out the project. In second stage, it is called the requirement analysis. So it will be separated as two functional requirements of the software as well as technical requirements. And it is put in a particular format called SRS, Software Requirement Specification. And these as to requirements has to be approved, then only it can be proceed for next stage, that is stage 3 called a design. In the design phase, after the from the inputs from the SRS, the designs are in two types. One is called high level design, low level design. So that will be carried out through architecture and planning through diagrams. It will be, the design has to be carried out, in detailed manner. Next stage will be stage 4 called development stage, where it is called implementation of the project. So carefully we have to choose the appropriate language and databases, front end, everything backend needed for the implementing the particular project, and to meet out the against the standard coding levels and version control. The version control also plays a major role for tracking the version of the software. So it is called the implementation of the project. In stage 5, we have testing phase to finding the bugs, errors in the coding, and to remove that to produce a quality software. So there are two types of testing available. One is called system testing and manual testing and automated testing. Further, there are many subdivisions are available. We are going to see these in the unit 4 and 5 in detailed way. So last stage will be deployment. It will be the project will be implemented in the user site or project place in a site. It will be implemented, and after this deployment, there is a stage called maintenance. In particular license period, the company will provide a free of service to the particular software under the terms and conditions mentioned in the agreement. Now we will move to first stage called planning and requirement analysis. For any task or project, it needs a careful planning. So similar for in the software development also, it requires meticulous, careful planning. For this, there are inputs are collected from the customer side, say through market analysis, surveys from the marketing representatives and stakeholders also, and the end users. After these, collected and put it in a one format to understand what is the actual requirement of the customer to requirement that will be considered. And based on this, it will move to the next stage called the requirement analysis SRS. So these are the stage 1 planning stages, defining the planning, followed by project scope, objectives and goals, resource planning. In requirements, so these customer requirements collected from the customer market analysis survey stakeholders has to be documented in your own particular format called SRS, that is software requirement specification. This document will convey the detailed way of the requirements by the stakeholders. So the requirements will have major two categories. One is called functional requirements of the software and technical requirements for the software. And as I told earlier, it has to be reviewed and approved by the authorities. So third phase is called the designing the architecture. So we can say it's a designing phase. So the document which is used is called the design documents specification DDS. So after the requirements collection, there will be analysis will proceed further by the developers and the team, carefully going through the requirements. So what are all the possible ways evaluating this project, considering all factors in most practical and logical way that will be considered and given approval before proceeding for implementation. So these are all the design. We can say it is divided into two. One is called a logical design and a physical design, nothing but a low level design and followed by high level design. So stage 4 is called developing the product. That is, we can say in simple terms, it's called implementation of the project. So the carefully the suitable, we can say suitable compilers, interpreters, software are selected for implementing this project. So it is under there are some coding standards are available with the help of tools or IDE platforms, integrated platforms nowadays available through online also. So for meeting the requirements of the coding standard. So there will be a version controls also carried out then and there for proceeding to next level. Then in stage 5, we will go to testing and integration. Here the main purpose is to find out the bugs and flaws found out in the project after development. So So after finding out these bugs and errors are corrected, and it has to be documented also simultaneously and there will be appropriate training will be given to the team members to to become the expert in this area, and the support also provided. So there are two types of testing: manual testing and automated testing. Last stage is called the deployment phase and the maintenance of products. So in the deployment, usually it is after a testing, it will be implemented at the customer side with the necessary both hardware and software infrastructure. It will be implemented. Deployment in the customer side. This will be the general phase. So before deployment and maintenance phase, will have planning, automation, maintenance also. And we will get the after deployment, there will be a maintenance requirement from the developer side or company side based on the agreements provided in the legal terms. So after this maintenance phase, there will be after the during that there will be feedback also will be collected from the customer side, from the customer for further improvements needed or not. Okay, these are all the 7 phases, 7 stages of SDLC for developing the quality of the software. Thank you.